What do you think of, you knew Chris Benoit, right?
I did, yes.
What do you think of what's gone on the past 3 days? We have a double homicide and a suicide.
I'm disgusted, and I'm furious, and I'm heartbroken, and I'm flabbergasted at the reaction that this has gotten from people that are still in the wrestling business and former wrestlers who are not in the business anymore. I'm disgusted by the whole thing. I think that this is not just a tragedy. This is not about you know, which drugs were being abused. This is about a worldwide company who's had some major red flags through the years in every aspect, and it's just, and now, you know, experiencing relationships with other wrestlers in the business and knowing things that go on and that are allowed to happen, to the point where it becomes a double murder with the child and your wife, and I'm disgusted. I'm horrified.
Here's what I'm curious about, is he tested in April and apparently was clean. I mean, does that in any way, I mean, at least the organization was trying to do something, or do you still are critical of the organization?
I don't know. I can tell you that. All the time that I was there, I was never tested. If it's about steroid abuse or use or any other kind of drugs that were tested clean for, I don't know, let's test everybody for a few months, spend the dollars, and do like a hypothesis study or something. Do something. You know, let's see if that's the issue.
When you wrestled, did you use steroids, and did you have any fear of them?
No, I did not, and yes, I have a fear of all of those drugs, and actually I didn't have a fear of them for, I don't know, maybe I still really has not been brought to my attention of whether there even is a thing like roid rage or something like that, because I don't know, but I purely was going by like aesthetically and, you know, thinking of being an image, and you know, that's where I thought of possibly using steroids. But being female and knowing that it would change my body inside and out, at that time I didn't think about, you know, long-term effects or roid rage, because I hadn't really experienced anybody that I knew that was taking steroids. I didn't think of it as, and I didn't know any different from anybody, so I didn't even know if it is, you know, if it occurs.
Did you know Chris's wife, Nancy?
No, I did not know Nancy.
Yeah, what was Chris like?
Very quiet, very talented in the ring, very talented technically. He was one of the few people who was trained in Japan, and you know, very long career. But obviously, I mean, obviously, from what I did not know about him was that he's, you know, not being acknowledged that he is a very, there's some issues there, and he, you know, murdered his wife, his child, and himself. So obviously disturbed there.
What about, I assume you know Vince McMahon.
And violent. Yes, of course.
What do you think of Vince McMahon and how he's run the organization?
I think that Vince McMahon is happy to put his trademark on you and own you on a very family-oriented, personal level until something happens, and then, I don't know, maybe he feels for it or something. I mean, you know, I think he hasn't taken enough responsibility, and from what I know of him as a person, aside from working with him, but from what I know of him as a person, he's not been a very kind gentleman that deserves my respect, I'll tell you that.
Chyna, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Greta.
Coming up.